lot of people think, allergies are just a little bit annoying, no big deal, but they can actually get dangerous in some people. Remember, people who have asthma can also have allergies. About 75% of people who have asthma also have seasonal allergies. And if their allergies get out of control, then their asthma can flare up as well. And if they're only treating their asthma and not sort of...
There's laughter, there is love, there is beauty. It's not just all tragedy, it's not just all sadness. We're also very resilient, strong, and smart. We all carry a piece of the story that needs to be told. It's important that we all learn it together.
June is National Indigenous History Month. Celebrate on CBC and CBC Jam. Bill Richardson knows a brilliant writer when he reads one. So, the much-loved former CBC host and author has begun publishing essays celebrating Mavis Gallant. Bill shares why he's so keen on Mavis on the next chapter with Sheila Rogers after the news. This is CBC News from Vancouver. Good afternoon, I'm Steve Junk. Former CFL wide receiver Joshua Bowden has been sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for 14 years for killing his ex-girlfriend Kimberly Hallgarth in 2009. Bowden was found guilty last fall of second-degree murder. BC Supreme Court Justice Arne Silverman says his decision to set parole eligibility at 14 years took into account the fact Bowden recently obtained a high school graduation certificate and has been seeing a counselor while in pre-trial custody. Volunteers and friends of two people missing from the Kamloops area are conducting a joint search this weekend. Ryan Stuka disappeared in February 2018 after the then 20-year-old left a house party at Sun Peaks. 32-year-old Shannon White never showed up for work on November 1st of last year. Mike Ritzy with Kamloops Search and Rescue says the area being covered is now overlapping territory.
The road from Sun Peaks down to the main highway has always been a search area for Ryan, and they have information that they saw Shannon's sheep going by Rayleigh, on the day that she disappeared, and the time frame just going up and searching the Happy Creek area.
He adds the key thing they're looking for is clothing.
Exercise also, I think, really starts to get tied up with labor as opposed to life.
Reevaluate what they want to do with the rest of their time, and he's sort of seeing maybe it's time to get the rest of the team ready.
Just 2 days earlier, Horgan canceled the costly rebuild of the Royal BC Museum, handling the news conference alone and taking the blame upon himself. Mira Baines, CBC News, Vancouver.
Former BC Lion Joshua Bowden has been sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 14 years for killing his former girlfriend Kimberly Hallgarth. Bowden was earlier convicted of second-degree.
Not a lot of issues, but I think abortion now is a divided issue.
Really?
Obviously, because of developments in the United States, it's quite a storm down there. And so I think for the abortion was an issue in the debate last week, and it's going to
Accused whose mental state took them to a place of automatism, and therefore they are entitled to raise the defense and to be acquitted.
You're listening to CBC Radio 1. Our program's called Radio West. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon right now in downtown Kelowna. Kelowna and Kamloops both sitting at 12 degrees. We have 6s in Prince George and in Prince Rupert. Our meteorologist Johanna Wagstaff back after the news at the bottom of the hour to bring us our full weather details. Coming up in the next half hour of the show, the police officers who handcuffed St. John's again. into boardrooms after meetings at the place I was working.
Going, and I was a pretty good guitar player, and I played for some really great.
Needs a lot of money up front. There's no infrastructure. It's just about transferring money to the provinces, so there won't be a lot in the budget about it, but there'll be a few little hints.
All right, and this will not be dental for everyone. Tell us a bit about what we know, or what has been alluded to about what it would cover to begin with.
Yeah, so there are about 6.5 million Canadians who don't have dental coverage, so there is a lot of need. And the plan here is to phase it in. So start with kids under the age of 12 this year, then bring it to under 18, seniors, people with disabilities. And by the end of 2025, the plan is to make it available to all Canadians, but